Well, that certainly is odd. I put a poll out the other day asking what console generation, what decade really elicits the most awesome memories. And you guys, did great. This poll was awesome. It was going from the 80s all the way to current gen, or I guess 2010s. And then I said, put a memory in the comments, and boy, oh boy, did I have a blast reading them. Well, turns out they're compiled in this poetry book, and I figured in this cozy, I don't even know what little world we're in now, but this cozy little club, let's read some beautiful, wonderful memories from you guys. And this is your time to shine, and I want to experience your awesome memories. So, as a family, let's bundle up, get your cup of coffee, start a candle, grab a good book, and let's get into some memories. All right, let's crack into it. Memory number 1. Due to the Switch having so many re-releases on it, I have been able to play so many games that I have never had access to. Games that have been my highlights are the YS series, Ni no Kuni especially the sequel, Xenoblade 1, and so much more. It is truly my favorite console just for the amount of games it has made available to me. I think that there's something pretty special about what the Switch is able to do. It is transporting people to a time, a nostalgic time. I know that for me personally, I'm playing a lot of older games, but for people new to playing video games, and Nintendo specifically, it's allowing them to get involved in some fun series. And Nintendo does a good job at holding on to some big ones. I mean, we all want more specific series, but in time, who knows, maybe they'll deliver. Let's get into our next memory. I'm still playing PS3. Okay. Oh gosh, this book, it broke a little. I wasn't alive until 2007. All right. I only had one console ever, and that is the Switch. As I said, this is pretty cool to see because I feel like the Switch allows for people to play older games at a much easier entry point. I mean, I guess Game Pass and Xbox does that too, but there's something pretty special about the Switch. All right. First was NES at launch, next was original Game Boy, next Genesis at launch, Game Gear, a couple of other models of Game Boy, Jaguar, PlayStation 1, but the main system I remember was my PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360 because they were the first systems I purchased by myself. I think that there's something pretty special about buying your first system, and I did read another memory, and there's one in here about buying your first system. I remember when I first bought mine, it was the PlayStation 2. Nintendo 64 was the system that my parents got for me, but PlayStation 2 I saved up lots and lots of money from doing odd jobs around the house and my allowance and stuff like that, and I was able to buy that, and it was an incredible feeling having my very own PlayStation 2. And I had friends who had other systems, multiple systems, but that was the one I earned and I was able to buy myself. And yeah, there's just something about owning your own system, saying this is mine. It's not the family's, it's yours. Good on you, buddy. Good on you. Atari, NES, SNES, N64, PS2, 360, Wii, PS3, and PS4, I still have them all. I grew up in the 360 eras, but PS4 was my baby, and I bought her with my own money at 16, 23 now, and I play PS5. It's good, don't get me wrong, but a lot of that magic is no longer there. As I said, it's really rewarding to purchase your own system. I know that for me, PlayStation 2 was the first one, but also I purchased a lot of my handhelds, Game Boy, 3DS, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, and those were mine. I mean, I kept them with me at all times. They were just a part of my everyday carry as a youngster in my backpack, and yeah, owning your own stuff, it feels so good. All right, on to the next. PS2 era was great, but current era made everything better. Nostalgia is a bit overrated. I couldn't just include the good memories. You know, sometimes people feel like they are really attached to some of the advancements that come with video games, and that's an awesome experience too, and I don't want to discredit that. I personally am on the other side of that. Nostalgia for me is way more exciting, but good on you. I'm excited for you. I'm glad that you found games that you enjoy. I'm stuck between the 2000s and the 2010s. I mean, those were some insane years for gaming. Oh my gosh, that was an incredible time. Metroid Prime series, the Zelda, GameCube. Can we talk about GameCube? We're not gonna talk about GameCube. Those were some great times. Dude, me and my brother and sister would come home from school and play Wii Sports or Mario Kart on the Wii the whole day. And when my sister gave me her DS, I became obsessed. Me and my brother would always play Mario Kart in the car. Oh man, I have so many fun memories of me playing Mario Kart with friends. I mean, even older, on the 3DS, playing Mario Kart with some of my best friends. I absolutely loved Mario Kart. I still love Mario Kart. It's probably one of my favorite series. But also just playing, you know, GoldenEye with buddies, staying up all night playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original on the PS2. It was just an incredible time. Oh, God. 80s was the Great Revolution. 90s was the Great Evolution. In 2004, World of Warcraft ended all debates about the ability of having a metaverse. After that, we had great games, but the evolution of a single great digital gaming world has halted. I'd say that there's elements of that are true, but we still have a lot of great stuff that could potentially happen. I'm excited to see what the future of gaming holds, but there is something pretty special about those early years because we were discovering so much. And now, rather than discovering, we're just trying to make what we have better. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. These kids never know the joys of Zelda on Super Nintendo. Best game ever. Game was way ahead of its time. It all started for me with the NES. Super Mario Bros. Though. Really thought the newer Donkey Kong era was dope too. Yeah, I mean, the Super Nintendo Zelda was, A Link to the Past was incredible. For me, the first ever Zelda game I played was actually on Game Boy, Link's Awakening. Later played it again on the Switch with the re-release. I paid the full price. I love it. Yes, it's overpriced. Whatever. You know, I think that there's a lot to be said about some of these older games, and I wouldn't blame kids for not knowing that. I mean, some of those games are just not their cup of coffee. Speaking of which, much better. I grew up with a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Blue, Yellow, Silver, Pokemon Pinball, and Super Mario Land 2. I used to have a little light that plugged into the data port, which I used after bedtime. Fun times. Oh, I had the little squiggly one that came up to the top and it would like shine on the Game Boy itself. Remember all the attachments we used to have for our Game Boy because it didn't have a backlight, the screen was so small? Oh, it's just all that stuff. It made the thing massive. It made it the size of like this book. It was silly stuff. This is a chapter. You guys ready for this chapter? It's kind of a mix of stuff. First, I played on PlayStation 2 only games like Spyro, the PS1 trilogy, and Crash Bandicoot, CTR, but also Kingdom Hearts, Need for Speed Ratchet & Clank, and other games. Can't sleep at night or wake up early? Question mark. Just powered up the PS2 and played some good games. Later I found out that Game Boy existed. I literally prayed for getting one. At my 8th birthday, I got one, and I loved playing games on it. First, I only had stuff like Spider-Man and Lolo's Adventure, but also Donkey Kong Land 3 and Pokemon Yellow, and later Silver. Unfortunately, my first Game Boy is broken, and when I had to move away from my mom, I had no way to play those PS2 and PS1 games anymore. But I am slowly building up the collection of all those games I loved and still enjoy playing nowadays. All those guys that made this games, their stories, their soundtracks and stuff deserve my respect. And I thank them for so many good memories I made in my not so good childhood. All that clearly got a place in my mind and still make me happy nowadays. I am more kind of a retro gamer because I don't have the money for the nowadays stuff. But there's still so much stuff out there. I could play 24/7 without even getting to know everything. And all I am glad for everything that got us that far. Gaming isn't only bad and addicting, it is also making happier, making you learn and nowadays even meet new people. Good job everyone who contributed to this. That right there is the epitome of the gaming experience. Being able to have these memories. I think there's something so special about the gaming community and the power that gaming has for multiple individuals across multiple generations, multiple countries, everywhere. It is a worldwide phenomenon and so exciting to read stuff like that. As tough as that was to get through because, you know, people type pretty fast. I'm the same, I'm just as bad. But it is just so exciting to hear these stories. Guys, if you liked this, there's gonna be plenty more, and I'm so thrilled that you guys participated in that poll. I would love to do more of these, and I'd love to do more with you guys. So join our Discord. We're having a good time playing video games. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell because when you do that, you'll never miss a video. Like this video so it gets posted and plastered out there to people, other gamers, so they can find this community and hang out with you and I more and more and more. But most of all, you guys know it. Happy gaming. Oh, before I leave, I'm just reading off my phone. I forgot to print it out.